just coming out of my room in like trousers, in my longsword. I throw open the door and I try to go to the source of the screams.
Here, I'll set us up where we are, by rooms outside, kind of. Ruth, you didn't get a room, right? So you're outside.
I did get a room. Ended up doing that, I guess. Keep things simple.
So those are the rooms. Durian's in the northwest. Recluset was middle west. Southwest was Alton. Southeast was Ruth. East was Donson's, and northeast was Zook. So where do you go, Durian?
I mean, I try to find the room. If there's only one scream, I don't know that I have enough information to figure out.
The door is ajar to Recluset's room.
I push that open.
Okay, you push that open and you see Recluset writhing in the bed. Does anybody come out to the hallway to join? Looks like Zook does.
Alton's been looking at his door.
Alton sees alarm on Durian's face as he's looking inside the room.
How was this scream described again? Blood curdling?
Blood curdling scream. You hear some
making sure that I understood correctly.
Yes, you hear some more writhing screams coming from the room, and Durian and Ruth and Zook can all see that Recluset is in the bed, and she's like thrashing back and forth and screaming out loudly.
I go and try to wake her up. Like, is there anything visibly, like, she's just writhing in the bed?
Do a spot check.
Ruth is about to jump in there too.
Damn.
Durian, you notice near her like shoulders and coming down towards her chest area, there are like blackish lines along where her veins would be that are starting to form. They're like a very, very dim gray, but turning darker.
That's not good.
Yeah, I don't touch those. I try to touch an area of her arm that's not, gray looking or whatever, and try to shake her awake. But
she screams even louder, as in pain.
Okay, I can only take so many actions, so.
Zook does detect magic on, I'm assuming, Recluset, and yes, she does glow with a magical aura.
Say anything about this.
Roll no Arcana.
Me?
Alton. You're the one that asked.
Zook hasn't said anything about the magic yet. He knows something, but
yeah, we can't act on that unless he tells us. So
yeah, Zook.
Yes, I tell them.
Exactly.
I don't even wait. I just protection from evil on her.
It does nothing.
Damn it.
Expeditious way, and it's obviously something bad. Alton will cast the spell magic.
For some reason, it does not work. The magic is still detected. You are baffled.
Okay, so for the one reason I might actually have prepared spell magic for a day, I can't actually do anything with it.
Exactly.
Alton, can you think of anything?
To be baffled by dispel magic, it must be of an extremely powerful sort.
Do you have a method of relieving her pain? This doesn't look to be a physical ailment.
I will try no Arcana, I guess.
Yeah, you can try no Arcana.
My no Arcana check is high. Rolled a 3.
Don't.
Yeah, you don't know. Whoa, 18? Holy shit. But yeah, you don't know. DC was higher than that.
Yeah, go figure.
Anybody do anything else?
What's retarded?
I'm sorry.
Peto tries.
Oh. Nope, Teto does not know either.
23? He assists.
Nope, not high enough either. Yes, Ruth pulls out a Cure Light Wounds wand and expends a charge on Reclusette. It seems to do nothing. But she does not act adversely to it either. She doesn't call out in pain right when you charge it. She calls out in pain about 4 or 5 seconds after.
I guess in desperation and not knowing what else to do, I will put my hand on her forehead and cast Lesser Restoration on her, which is supposed to dispel any magical effects reducing her ability scores. So I don't think that would do anything, but this is literally the only thing I can do, and I feel I have to try.
I have one
When
more
you-
thing to try if yours does nothing.
When you put your hand on her forehead, she kind of stops moving. Her eyes pop open. She looks at you, and she says one word, Jebediah. It's very, very strugglingly so. And then she closes her eyes and screams out again.
And she continues screaming, or does she pass out?
She screams and writhes and, moans loudly and all that kind of stuff, so she's still writhing about.
Is she like
Okay,
writhing in a way that she could hurt
Were there
herself?
any other rooms?
No,
Just
not
our
that.
rooms.
Not that bad thrashing. There's 2 other rooms to our north. They're not taken. They're vacant.
They're vacant.
Oh, God, I can't. God.
So who is present in the room?
All you guys that are up here.
Is anyone familiar with this town? Someone needs to get a priest.
Okay, Alton will begin casting Summon Monster 4 for Servital Gardenial.
What the hell is that do?
It's a goat man from heaven. Its horns can cast Remove Disease when touched upon a subject.
Alrighty, cast away.
Bends over, touches its horns to her, and it uses.
It seems to do nothing.
I would like to look around the scene. Like, she's not naked beneath the sheets, is she?
She's scantily dressed, like in a
Okay.
in a night robe.
I guess I throw back the sheets to see if there's anything under the bed, whether like a snake or something, or something that could have done this to her, or I look around the room that might give for any sort of hint.
No, you don't.
Following turn, it will use Delay Poison.
Yeah, you don't notice anything like an animal in there, but you do see some stains about mid-back area. She's been thrashing around a little bit, so she's moved on the bed a bit, and you see it appears to be blood stains. They're slight, though.
I try to examine her to find the source of the wounds. Like, is she cut on her back?
As you
Or is-
slightly turn her as gingerly as you can, you notice, yes, there is a slight cut in her back, about the size of a dagger, that has entered her back.
Alton is going to look quite concerned and say that he doesn't know what else he can do. He has tried dispelling magic, removing poison, delaying poison, and removing disease.
This is very serious. If divine magic has not been able to close this wound, there is something very foul afoot. We need to help her very quickly.
He mentioned Jebediah, but he does not seem to be the kind of person to do this.
Did I
What-
find
what do you know of
Jebediah
him?
downstairs?
You do find Jebediah downstairs.
I proceed to question him and drag him as physically as possible back upstairs to where we are.
He says, I see you found Reclusette.
Yes. Come, we must help her.
What do you
You've
mean
gone-
by?
Going all mechanical. Is that just me, or is it everyone?
Hello?
Huh?
Everybody sounds mechanical to me.
Somebody's downloading
That's
something in your house.
Yeah, is your little brother on doing something? Everybody sounds fine to me.
Yeah, sounds fine to me.
Okay,
By the
to
way,
my
this
end
guy-
somehow.
By the way this guy responds, I look up like really suspiciously.
Well, he's not responding. You're not by him. Zook is the only
Yeah,
one.
I ran
So I'm-
downstairs to find Jebediah because
He was in the inn.
Yeah.
Waiting at one
Oh.
of the tables.
and
tavern,
I was
I should
tugging
say.
at him to get him to come back upstairs.
He follows you
Oh,
without any trouble.
excellent. Okay, good.
So he enters the hallway and says, Reclusette should be in some more pain for a couple more minutes.
What do you know of this?
Well,
As he pauses, I get my sword and I put it to his throat. Say, there is no time for games, fool.
there is no
He's-
need for violence. I am part of a secretive order called the Order of Nine. Do knowledge local checks for you guys.
Only a 14.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
611?
It's only a 14. It's only plus 11.
Okay. Bunko doesn't have to roll.
Bunko doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I guess not. Okay, so you don't know what this Order of Nine is. None of you have heard of it before. Even
me?
What
Bunk,
is this you
even
speak
Zook
of, Jebediah?
and his- Well, as I say, it is a secretive order. And you are not quite part of it, I guess I could say. However, we have found you quite interesting, and there is something that I would like you to do for us that can also benefit both of us mutually. I know of an antidote to cure Reclusette. I don't have it on me, of course. I wouldn't be that silly. However, if you're willing to do something for me, then I am willing to fetch it from my associates.
What have you done to her?
Oh, she's been struck with a very nasty poison and magical curse. It kind of doubles on itself, and if you try to cure one thing, it only doubles the other, in which it will force upon itself again to reappear. So the cure is quite fascinating, but I'm afraid nobody has it except for my associates.
Really glad that I haven't actually taken remove curse yet.
He kind of puts up his hand towards Ruth and said, "There is no need for violence from either of you, both knight and druid. See, the thing is, I know quite a bit about you, and I learned."
Before he continues, I cast Zone of Truth.
Okay, cast away.
Um,
And he's truthing away. Can you detect it, or what does it do?
Yes,
duration
make a will
1
save to
minute.
lie.
1 minute per level. Creatures within
Big-
the emanation area cannot speak any deliberate or intentional lies. There is a will save.
Okay, let me pull up his will.
He gets a will save that we probably shouldn't be able to see.
And actually,
Uh,
everybody in the
Yeah,
in the
rolling it
area
now.
has to roll it if
What's
they're
the
going
DC?
to resist it.
What's the DC?
DC. Let me look. I believe that would be 16 for me. And he would be
It's not
aware of
likely
this.
to lie, but I'm going to roll the will save anyways.
You'd be aware if I've been affected by it?
Everybody in the zone is aware of the spell, like the effect, that they're being compelled to tell the truth. Whether they resist the effect or not is different, but they would still know that they are being or somebody is attempting to compel them to tell the truth. And I will not resist.
Okay. There's no need for that, cleric. I'm
does-
quite capable of telling you the truth right now for every piece of information I'm giving you. Do you get to ask him a question or something with it, or
No, it's just everything
It's-
he
it's-
speaks for the
oh.
next 5
It's an
minutes,
area, it's an area of effect within like 10-foot square or something like that.
20 feet.
Alrighty. Well, he tells you that through his order, as the secretive order, there is a book that he needs to get to some of the higher ups in the order, in which it will help them facilitate the destruction of a kind of dueling order that they have going on. There's a power struggle. He describes slightly. You don't understand a lot of the politics of it because he's telling about things that are kind of out of context for you. But he tells you this book is very important to the order, and through their help, he's willing to help them out in return, not just by bringing back Reclusette, but by also getting information for, and he points to Alton about the man in black that our order is also slightly concerned about. And he points to, or no, he said, because he's not there, he says, and your centaur friend, we might have some information leading to a potential cure for his family and people's. What the hell are you guys typing? Hold on a second. Okay, so Ruth asks him, how do you know us?
I think
We have operatives in many towns and cities, and we have heard of you from the dwarves, from gnomes, and from people in this town as well. Not to mention, I did have words with a former colleague of yours, a man by the name of Yoshiro, and he was very helpful in giving us some information. Not anything bad, of course. He was quite loyal to you all, but he did manage to share some bits of information when I mentioned you, Alton. Okay, let's see. I'm tempted to think sort of truth books. Yeah, exactly. Do casters know if their spells have been resisted? That's a good question.
especially
From
in,
his
in this
responses,
circumstance.
you don't think he resisted it from his responses. Let's put it that way. He seems to be giving quite a bit of information. Some of it is non-contextual to you for people and things you've never heard of before.
It just seems like if you don't, then this spell is utterly useless because you would never have any way of knowing if the person is telling the truth or not.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, if they resisted, you wouldn't know. It's the same thing with the bluff checks and sense motive.
True.
DM rolls the sense motive, you don't know whether they're lying or not anyways, so they're all a bit dubious. Even if he succeeded on his save, and if he failed on it, he can be as evasive as he wants and tell partial truths, as long as he tells a truth.
Well, I know
Yes.
that, but everything he said has to be truthful. Before he goes any further, I ask, how long does she have?
That depends. We've had very little experimentation done with this, so my guess would be probably no more than 2 days. Yeah, 1 second.
Your life is measured in the same amount of time, sir. So, I would hope that she lives perhaps a little bit longer than you estimate.
Well, I know that, and I know that coming in. In fact, I knew that it could be the issue, but this book to our order is extremely important and worth my life. I will say that. Alton, you know me. You know I am a man of my word. You know that I have done good in the past.
The man I know would not have done such a thing.
I would not be doing this unless they had some type of way of making me do this. That is, my mother is at stake in this matter. Yes, Yoshiro is fine. We let him go on his way. We're quite pleased with what he is doing, actually.
So if we
What is
understand
this
you,
book for?
I don't know all the details. I just know that it will help some of our guild leaders, our secret order leaders, to defeat their enemies.
so you yourself are being manipulated by them endangering your own mother, forcing you to do this. And if you don't convince us to help you, she will also perish or be harmed.
That is true. It seems we are both pawns in this game.
I would not be so quick to equate ourselves with you, sir. We have not poisoned an innocent to further our own ends.
If you had to choose between Reclusette or your mother, how would you choose?
I would not inflict suffering upon another to save my mother, who I know would wish no different.
And
Perhaps you should ask yourself the same question, sir. But regardless, I think I look to everyone else. We have little choice. We either kill this man here or we do as he says.
Well, that is not the only choices you have to you. You know that I am being manipulated by someone. No follow-up to that? Okay.
I had trouble understanding it.
Which part?
I think he's pointing out we can go after the master manipulators and not do the bidding of the council instead.
Ding! Circle
I
gets a
don't
square.
believe we have the time to do that.
Which
Surely,
is the
yes,
quickest path
we could
to
go
the...
against the organization in question. However, given within the timeline of 2 days, I doubt we could find them and then figure out what we need to cure her within that time span.
Yeah. How far away is this item we need to procure?
It is just outside the town. And you, Zalton was the one who said that don't have time to go to the manipulator.
Yeah.
The operative who is having me do this is not too far away either. He's on the other side of the town. That is who I have to check in with eventually to get the cure for Reclusette.
Is Reclusette awake or asleep and
She's
still in
kind
pain?
of moaning and moving around, and
Is she
she's kind of-
conscious? Or is she writhing
no,
in
just her
unconscious
eyes.
pain?
By now, she's slipped into unconsciousness, and she's writhing slightly now.
Okay.
Just kind of moving back and forth like in a dream state.
I'm trying to determine if putting her to sleep would help reduce her pain, but it appears not.
At least that wouldn't affect her anyways.
I'm not trying
I
to
could've-
cure her, just trying to make her feel better till we get back.
I can assure you, Ruth, we do have the cure.
You said we.
Have this cure been tried? You say this spell is not something you have tried before.
Oh no, it's been experimented a couple of times, and yes, the cure has worked with interesting effects, but I can tell you more about that once you get it.
I like the sound of this cure. What effects do you speak of?
Well, I've just been told that they are interesting effects. I don't quite know them, so I would have to be told as well when we get the cure.
And how would you know the effects are
No.
interesting?
Hold on a second, I'm answering Ruth. No, I do not have the cure myself. The cure is through my operative that he would have on his person.
Would have.
Feel free to check my bag, my pockets, whatever you wish, young druid lady.
I will flat out ask Jebediah if I was to put a sleep spell on her, would that ease her suffering in any way?
Reclusehead is probably not going to be suffering for in about 5 minutes from now. The victims tend to go into a coma type state within 10 minutes of being infected.
So she's not
And
going to
that's
be writhing
coming
in
up.
pain for 2 days.
No, she won't be. She'll be in a sleep-like state here pretty soon.
Zook looks visibly relieved.
Sure, I would call going into coma a
Yeah. Said coma-like state, didn't I?
Yeah. That's still better than writhing in pain for 2 days.
Ruth, that won't solve anything.
doesn't mean she won't kill him.
One less asshole in the world.
Well, this asshole hasn't told you where to go.
Get it out of the way, or tell us where your superiors are, so that we might deal with them either way and quit jerking us around.
Well, I can tell you either. What is your choice?
I believe it is simple. Whichever is faster.
Well, both places are about the approximate same distance apart as far as travel is concerned. They're not too far right outside of the city. Faster.
You're sure that your
Go ahead.
overseers have this cure?
They have assured me that they do.
And
Ruth
you trust
rolls
Then
her eyes.
directly, I have no interest in seeking out this book that they speak of if they use it for such vile things.
And I
I've had far too many experiences with books that have not been beneficial to me.
Oh, yeah. Anybody else?
Speaking plainly, I do not like doing the bidding of those who would coerce or manipulate. I would rather deal with them directly.
And why could you not have approached us before putting this on her? We would have been willing to help otherwise.
Oh, I was given no choice in the matter. The way I see it.
I'll go.
Everybody ignores that voice that's just like out of the hall.
Yeah.
Where
Okay.
are these overseers? Wasting time.
Well, that's the catch. You see, I don't quite know myself where the book or the overseer is. However, if I don't make it back after my operative has reported to me that one or the other has been found, then the cure will never be given to you. And that operative, of course, is young Donson over there.
Hello.
He knows the locations. I do not.
The entire
Oh.
party turns from this kind of worthless asshole to the other worthless asshole. Like murder in their eyes.
My sense of this deep and dark organization drops several notches. If they would use this person as an operative.
Yes, that's just unfortunate because, well, go ahead. Ask away to Donson. I might have to type to him a little bit.
Be
Where are your
serious that
masters?
you are the operative.
Yes. Surprise, surprise.
Everyone just rolls their eyes now.
And you said nothing until now?
You didn't ask me.
You saw us trying to help her?
Well, but Jebediah's my boss, so I mean...
Where are your masters?
I am waiting for a
Yes,
higher
hold on a
source
second.
to
Yes.
tell me.
Yeah, well, instead of typing, because it's going to take a while. So they're asking about the masters. You say Thraven is to the east in a dungeon-like area known as. Hold on just a second. Skip all this stuff. Known as the Black Sepulchre.
What he said.
Ominous name. Beneath where?
Beneath a hill out to the eastern edge of town, about 3 kilometers past town.
I think it's safe to assume we ask this thing about the cure and what he knows.
This
I'm
thing-
just supposed to bring it back.
Yeah, Donson doesn't know what is that one location or the other. He was just told that Thraven was at the eastern location, and another site of interest would be a western location. But he didn't know what book or cure. He didn't know anything about all this stuff. He is just as surprised as you, he would say.
I'm just as surprised as yous.
Yes, thank you.
We were left with a little choice. Gone.
Yep, let's go.
I really seriously contemplate just ending this thing. If Mike was here, I think it would probably be inevitable.
You're calling Donson a thing?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is not me in character.
Yeah, I know. Neither was I. Alrighty, well, seems your mind is pretty well made up on going to see the head operative guy, who you know's name is now Thraven, as Donson has told you.
I make sure that we bring Jebediah with us.
Oh, he says you can't do that.
Why not?
If he is seen in the area, they will destroy the cure. He is to await here.
Let me put it to you this way. We cannot trust you as far as we can throw you. And
Not even that far.
We do have someone here that can throw you very, very far, out this window, no less. And we cannot trust you to go inform your masters in an attempt to save your own in an attempt to save your own mother or yourself. So you are either coming with us or you are not going anywhere at all.
I will come with you, but this might ruin the chance of the cure getting to you, if that's what you decide.
You can wear a hood. Does anybody else think that we cannot let this deceitful person out of our sight?
I have no interest in leaving here while we go and get this cure. Particularly not when he may simply end it directly and not let the disease itself do it.
How did Donson get healed up again?
Potion.
Oh, you took potions? Alrighty, let's head on our way.
Well, before we leave,
We have to get Arthur, of course.
yeah, well, that and Durian goes to the innkeeper and has a discussion with him about taking care of the woman in room 3 or whatever, and how nobody's supposed to be left in there, or do we take her with us? I guess we ask
moving her
them
would be really bad.
Yeah, I guess we
Jebediah
ask.
says.
I guess we ask that, and so we have to make arrangements with the staff here that no harm comes to her and she is taken care of. And I think we probably make arrangements, at least with the women that she introduced, to make sure that she's not groped by some strange innkeeper.
Assuming they aren't the ones that end up doing the groping.
Well, I mean, you have a better chance one way or the other.
Alrighty. The
I may
innkeeper.
leave Teto with her. What's the range on that?
Ooh, that'd be a good idea. Of course, then you lose Teto's abilities that help you, right? Or
Well, this is more important.
I could leave Huan here.
Teto has an emotional link. How far is it?
about
He was in the
3
town, you
kilometers.
said, right?
Yeah, it's just outside town, 3 kilometers.
Kilometers.
Okay, what's the range on the thing?
1
So-
mile.
Yeah, that'd be about a mile and a half. So, we'll say it's within range. Say it's about a mile outside.
3 kilometers is almost 2 miles.
Yeah, don't think that's gonna work.
Alrighty, it will not work then.
Okay, well, then there's no reason to leave him. Well, I can still leave him, but there'll be no link to me.
I think leaving the pets is probably a good idea.
Leave one as a guard.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Teto will be staying as well, and he is holding the touch for combust if that becomes necessary.
Alrighty. Okay, so you guys all gather up and get Arthur.
Yep.
Huh? What's going on?
I have some bad news. Your friend Reclusette has been poisoned. And
Poison?
to
I shall lance whoever was responsible.
oh, believe me, they will get what is coming to them by Malachor.
What must
But,
be done?
We have been given a task. But we must set out immediately. I have volunteered to accompany you. I have some skill in healing that may come in handy. We will explain everything on the way.
I pack up my tent.
Alrighty, so you pack up tents, you kind of make arrangements with the innkeeper, you put on your armor, you get set and everything. It's about, let's go to about 4:30, 4:45 in the morning-ish. So it's not too far away from daybreak in the next half an hour or so. Yeah. Alrighty, anything else before we head out?
I assume we're going there as fast as possible.
Okay. He does tell you that it would probably be better to hike, and not bring horses, because there's no real place to store the horses outside, unless we don't want to have them anymore after we get back from inside the Black Sepulchre. And as you're walking out of town, down the street, yeah, limited to Zook speed.
I go 20 as well in my armor.
And Dorian's, yes.
That's what the horse is normally for. I would suggest that we could tie the horses somewhere. Like, we could ride. We just
Yeah, but they
might not be able to
there.
ride all the way.
There might be other operatives who just take them, sell them off. So as you're walking down the road, a young boy comes up to you, let's say Durian, and comes up to you and he says, if he minds if he tags along with you great adventurers. He tells you that he's found great treasure like your armor and a trove of goods, and he fought some evil creatures. And he swings around his stick in front of him, like
I
he's
look at the
battling some
boy
great-
very doubtfully.
How old is this boy?
This boy's about 10 years old.
I give him a gold coin and tell him to go back to his mother.
He seems very disappointed.
As much as I think our party could use your aid, good sir, we must leave someone here to watch over the town while we are gone, and perhaps we can catch up with you when we get back to hear of your adventures.
The boy seems very upset when he runs off.
I don't
You
get like
then-
a roll to see if I can mitigate Arthur's just like totally.
Oh, what's his
Mixing him.
charisma?
My charisma is 16.
Okay, yeah, roll a charisma check.
Let's see here. Let me see. I guess this would be diplomacy, wouldn't it? Or would it be bluff? Or I'm trying to, not necessarily butter the kid up, but try to, give him some attention. What would the skill be?
So you were not fooling him, in my opinion. So it's probably Diplo.
All right.
Bluff is usually for trying to make them believe something other than the truth.
Need a okay. The boy smiles a little bit at you and then runs off. It was kind of a sly smile, though. It's a pretty good roll.
Durian's fairly good with children.
Yes, apparently so.
He comes from a town of them.
Give me a spot check.
If he stole my coin purse, he's gonna be sadly mistaken when he opens it.
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone can. How are you transporting Jebediah? He's got a bag over his head, and what else?
No, he's got like a hood.
Hood over his head, and what else? Anything else? He got his arms tied up or anything?
No.
Okay.
I'm confident in
guy.
my ability to cut this guy down before he can run.
You just have I'm assuming you took his weapons off of him?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. He wasn't ever described as carrying a weapon
Yeah,
as far as I...
He had some weapons that stayed in his scabbard. Let's see, it was let me see, I think a flashin'. Let me double
A
check.
falchion?
Yeah, yes. Falchion.
And a scimitar.
Kind of like a scimitar, yeah.
I don't care if he has weapons on him, but we need to check to see if those weapons are poisoned.
They're
And
not.
if he has any other poisons on him.
There's at
Oh,
least
he
a
does have
poison dagger.
He does have
somewhere.
a dagger on him as well that you find.
Not anymore.
And there's no poison on it anymore, but you do see some blood on it.
Can we check to see if that blood matches his?
Mm,
Can we check with the
he
dagger?
can
Call up
tell you whose
NCIS.
it is. You can ask him.
It's obviously Recluset's blood.
Yes, but I'm suggesting we stab him with it so he's poisoned too. That's all.
Oh, then there's no more poison on it.
Kitty.
So nobody notices anything? There was a roll of a
Oh, yes,
19.
yes, sorry. Durian and Atham notice that Jebediah, kind of does some signal with his left hand a little bit. That looks weird.
Signal to where? To the boy?
Just kind of up and like not really facing anything.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I stop him as we're walking. I say, what did you just do?
Oh, I was letting the other operative know that we were on our way.
Have we been told about this other operative?
No, I haven't either. I just knew that there was going to be somebody watching and to give the signal that we're on our way with no problems.
Right, out of character, I'm really confused because he had said that going with us would have been totally against his orders, so I don't know why he would think signaling to another operative would
That's
work.
what
Good
he's,
boy.
that's what he's told you.
And we're still in town? Or are we on the outskirts?
I'm getting
or-
ready to move us. It'll bring us all together. Ta-da! That work?
Yep.
All right, so you're walking east towards out of town. Don't move ahead too much yet, and you notice the Night Watch ahead of you to your east. Pull them up there. And the middle one says to your party, "Halt! What is your business this early in the morning?"
We intend to leave town.
Guard 2 to the north. He says, "What is with that guy with the hood over his head?"
I think you're misunderstanding what kind of hood this is. This is like the, a hood that a normal person would wear.
The hooded cloak to make
He's
sure
not
he's
like-
not recognized by someone, not a.
Oh, you're not
like,
hiding his
not an
eyes?
executioner's
No,
hood,
it's a hood like, Robin Hood or like a hooded cloak.
Okay, so
the cloak was to make
95% of
him not
fantasy.
be recognized, which isn't really helping, it seems. So,
like
Gotcha.
from a distance. Like,
I see. Okay, so you were
like,
trying
people
to
can see his face if they're standing 4 or 5 feet in front of him, but like it's like a hood.
Yeah, like Green Arrow. Gotcha. So you're not trying to hide his eyes from knowing where he's going
No.
no.
because he didn't know.
What
where
point
you
would
guys
that be?
were.
He's leading us where we're supposed to go.
He's not. Donson is leading you guys
Oh.
where you're supposed to go. This guy doesn't know where your guys are going.
You'll find out.
Yes, that's right. Since you didn't cover him. Okay, so take back, rewind the what the guard said, and he says instead that we've had reports that a group of men have been troubling some young boys in the town. That be you?
Do I look like a man?
The others, you silly gnome.
Troubling them how? That is very disturbing.
One young boy told us that he was molested by a group of men with a horseman.
I'm
He
sorry,
wouldn't
sir,
still be
but
alive to say it.
The boy, as he goes for his weapon a little bit.
Have you seen how hung a horse is?
No, not that kind of molesting, grabbing and thrashing about and such.
We arrived back to the town this very day, and I've heard of no such things until this moment.
How do we know it's not you?
I believe the better question, sir, is how do you know it's us? You have no proof. We are simply walking down the road, and my friend over there is by far a rarity, but not the only horseman, as you put it, in the entire world.
You sure you're not just merely misinterpreting it? It was horsemen, perhaps, not horseman.
Guard 2 motions over to the north and says, "Come over here, boy." You recognize him as the same boy with the stick in his hand that talked to you earlier. And the guard says to the boy,
That poor simpleton.
We know this child. We met him on the road. Not how long ago was it, Recluse?
Not very long at all.
A couple of minutes ago, right before the Jebediah did his signal.
He came up to us on the road just a few minutes ago.
And the boy says, "Yeah, the big horseman was mean to me."
Mean? I gave the boy a gold coin and told him to go home to his mother. After he fed us a story about killing many monsters and finding great loot while waving a stick about.
So this boy is a liar, you say?
No, just an idiot.
Unless he has a twin, yes.
He is just a boy being a boy, sir.
Guard 1 goes over and kind of slaps the boy aside the head slightly. Not very hard, but hard enough to get his attention. Says, "You shouldn't lie about things like this." The boy cries and kind of runs off a little bit.
This seems acceptable.
Well, be on your way then. Hopefully nothing like that will ever happen again in the future. And he lets you go. Ruth was just going anyway. Something like that.
Gonna see if they try and stop her.
They didn't. They let you guys go. Alrighty. So you get outside of the town to the east, and Donson takes you towards a magical place, a place called the Black Sepulchre. So let me get that set up really quickly. How did I do with the party token?
On the world map?
No, it's over here. I got it. Okay, light sources that you guys have. What's the biggest?
Continuous, or... I mean, I literally have just light, and I'm sure Alton does too.
Actually, it's not active right now.
It depends on... I mean, this is the morning, so it just depends on how late in the morning that we would need a
Well,
light
for
spell.
when we get into the thing, we're going to be underground.
Light is 20-foot radius for, at my level, 50 minutes, and I've got 2 of them.
Anybody have dark vision?
Arthur does.
Yes.
Ruth and Arthur.
Come, this damn thing's not showing up. Let me force you guys to this view. You guys see it?
The hallway with nobody in it.
It looks like a Star
No
Destroyer.
party token?
I do see it.
No,
Wait,
no
do
No
that.
tokens.
Does the
No.
party token have vision?
I see.
Oh, yes, I do need to do that. That's what I forgot.
I expect to see
It
Stormtrooper
also
storming down the
needs to
hall.
be flagged as a PC or it won't reveal. Last page is a little tag in the upper right-hand corner for PC.
There we go. How's that?
We can see stuff now.
I can't see anything.
I can see
Ah,
stuff now.
there it goes.
So everybody can see the party token over there now, right?
Not me. Well, now I can.
Okay, so it's right there, right? At the top of the stairs. Okay, so we're outside of this place. To get inside of it is a kind of tombish looking place. At the door doorway that has like a hole in it that somebody's hand could fit into. And before Jebediah goes in, he says, this place we're going into is pretty compact. And he's looking at Arthur a bit. Perhaps there's something that I can give you that could help. He looks to Donson, and Donson pulls out of his bag a potion-looking thing and hands it to Arthur to drink it.
I do not drink anything that this man gives me.
Yes.
If that's a potion of reduced mercy,
Oh,
it's not going to
come
last very long
on.
at all.
It doesn't look. It looks like an elixir more so. It's a little bit bigger than a potion bottle. So he says, "I was given this by," or Donson says that he was given it by Thraven when he knew a centaur was coming, and it's a special potion that will reduce your size but keep all the rest of your strength and everything the same as if you were large.
That seems somewhat unbelievable, and since we have very little reason to believe you in any manner whatsoever, Arthur, I would highly recommend you not take any of that.
I can squeeze through anything that is 5 foot or bigger, so
All
I
right.
will hold off on that for the moment. I can also become a snake if it gets too small for a short period of time.
Ah, well, that
So-
might be good.
I will not be having need of your potion.
Okay. Just checking.
Oh.
It was a special fun potion, but okay.
Especially the reason why we're not taking it.
Made by Dawson himself.
No.
We had little reason to trust the guy when we knew him as a gay, crazy elf in the bar, let alone now.
Okay. So you're looking at a closed door. Does anybody want to reach in and get it?
What do you know of this place? I ask the other two.
You asked Jebediah and Donson.
Yeah.
Both have never been inside. They were just told or Donson was just told that this is where it would be.
Where it?
Yeah, where this place would be.
Oh, okay.
Just the entrance. He doesn't know the inside of it at all.
He doesn't know anything about what it's used for.
No.
I suppose we open the door.
Those are
Ruth
the
is-
first door we come to.
Yes, who goes for the door? Wah!
I think. How wide is this hallway?
It's 5 feet, regular door.
Right. So we need to determine before we do any of this: is Arthur at the front of the party or the rear? Because he cannot change once we're in here.
This is true.
Probably the rear.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Technically, he probably could change. A horse's token is 10 feet wide, but an actual horse is definitely not.
Probably can't turn.
Yeah. I guess in that case, if Arthur is at the rear, I think I'm probably at the front, since we've got the squishies in the middle. Whoa. What is happening to the
I was
BBO?
bringing the characters over.
Okay.
Told you, if
And-
you drug us through, this would happen.
So I
What did it open for you guys? Nothing, right?
We can see the whole outside right now.
That's fine.
think unless
what I
somebody
wanted to see.
specifically wants to open a door, I would probably just be the first one in.
You're first, and Dawson can be beside you, so we can also stab him in the back.
Yep. Works.
If something bad happens to Durian, you can just
Jebediah
kill
can be right
Dawson.
there, beside me, so Arthur can stab him in the back if something bad happens there.
What about Jebediah?
Exactly what I just said.
Okay,
Behind
so you're
the
gonna have
centaur.
Jebediah come in with you. You're not gonna tie him out outside or tie him up outside or anything.
No way.
What, where he could easily escape and go warn them? Heck no.
I didn't notice anything outside, Recluse.
No, you didn't.
What
So,
exactly is the
of course
structure
it is.
like?
It's just it's like sticking out of the ground, kind of a rock mound, and has this doorway, and it seems to like go down underneath the ground.
Oh,
That's
so
what it
it's-
appears from outside.
Probably very old.
Yes.
Oh, this is the kind of thing that my character's into. Yeah, I'll definitely go first and open the door.
Alrighty. You stick your hand into this hole, and you feel around
There's a
inside.
hole?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I missed
West.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Stick your arm into this hole, and you feel around, and you feel a lever. Do you pull it?
I feel the lever, and I take my hand out, and I angle my light source to try to look into the hole.
You see the lever inside.
Is there anything else inside? Like
Not that you
grooves
can
or
see.
anything?
Nope, not really.
I shrug and I pull it.
The door opens. You see a stairwell leading down. Alright, so your characters are on the left there. Just kind of set them up in the line that you guys are doing for your Congo line for how you're going to be moving around, but we'll use a party token to move.
That makes sense to me. Is everybody okay with their position?
You got to get in a single file. This is 2x2.
Oh, down the stairs, you mean?
Yeah, when you guys are going through hallways, you just giving me your order for when you're going down hallways. So I can see who, triggers traps and gets blown up by shit and all that kind of stuff. Since you have nobody in the party who can detect traps and such.
We should have had Jebediah open it, since he removed the person that could have detected traps.
Oh, that's something to keep in mind for later doors. All right, so you're set on your order. Okay, you come down the stairwell, and you see a hallway. On the east side are 3 doors. First door, a second door, and a third door.
Oh, okay. So we were in this hallway already.
You're just kind of setting up your order.
Like
going
I
down
thought,
into the
I thought the
stairs.
door you were talking about was this first one on the right.
No, you're in the party token in that order.
Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty. So, which door do you want to go to?
What is the situation down here, light-wise? Like, is it lit with
It's dark, not lit.
not lit at all? Does it look
Nope.
used at all?
Somewhat. You can see footsteps along the ground in other places. There's some dust along the sides of the walls, so it looks like there's been some movement down here.
I guess unless somebody speaks up, we move to the first door. What do we see?
It is a locked wooden door, you notice.
I guess I'd
Take that back. It's a stuck. So when you go to push on it, it's like stuck. But the handle does turn.
This appears to be jammed. I look to the rest of the party. Does anybody say anything? Is it just me and Recluse in the channel now?
Well, our centaur solution is in the back of the party.
I could throw a javelin from back here.
Well, it's just like nobody else speaks up. Like, so I mean, if somebody doesn't
Clip,
speak up,
flop,
this is.
flip. I mean, what do you want me to say?
I
Bust it
think
down.
move past the door and
There
let the
we
centaur
go.
have a shot at it.
All right. Somebody came up with a suggestion. All right, we move past and we let Arthur,
Wish.
do his thing.
Am I at the front now, or am I just throwing a javelin from the back?
Well,
Party
you're
has
at
moved
the,
on down the hallway, and
Yeah.
you're now at the door.
You're just now at the door.
Okay.
Can you move the party token?
I attempt to smash the door with my hooves.
Back is now the front.
Alrighty, give me a, I guess an attack.
I keep an eye down the other end of the hallway.
I'll do mountain hammer. 21 damage to the door.
It bursts asunder. Do you enter the room?
I look inside first.
What was
You-
jamming it?
You see just the door jam slightly off kilter. Looks like there's been some shifting.
So he could have just probably pushed it a little bit instead of blowing it open.
Maybe.
Okay, so the door is destroyed. I should be able to see into the room.
Yes, you do. You see an empty room, void of any furnishings. Just seems to be an empty chamber. But across the way is a archway, and to the southeast you see another doorway.
So
Let's get set up. in
there's
this.
another
Sure.
door.
I'll
down
show you.
that
Hold on
way?
just a second.
Wow, okay, that's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, I guess we could have just moved the party token in here. Well, this is like really pristine.
Yes, it's empty completely. No furnishings or anything.
This totally isn't made by that automatic dungeon creator online.
Yeah, it is.
My point exactly.
Ah, you're being facetious.
Sarcastic.
That too.
Are there any lines on the walls, as in from the walls or ceiling or floor
JPM?
moving?
Describe the room we are now in, other than it has 2 doors.
The room is, let's see here, hewn stone, and it has uneven flagstone on the ground. The temperature in the room is slightly humid, but average, not anything more than what you would think. It's very dark in here, of course, except for your lights and what you have. This seems to be a completely empty chamber. You don't see any signs of any furnishings that used to be in here before. It is completely void of anything. It's just an empty room.
This is odd. I specifically looked to Alton. What do you make of this? I've explored many a ruin, but nothing quite like this.
It seems to be an odd room for a secret organization to have one that's merely empty. Alton has no dungeoneering, so he probably wouldn't know much about trapped rooms.
How do you wish to proceed? We have many doors to choose from, and I think our strategy will probably be important.
The door is the door in the northeast barred. Is that what it looks like?
Door in the northeast, which one? This one?
It's got dots on it. We can see through.
It's an archway.
And then that's another door.
Yes, beyond it is another door.
I look for traps in said hallway. I roll a spot.
Yeah. You don't.
I
Since
spot
Perfect.
nothing.
you don't spot anything, and you did trigger a trap going over there.
Oh
so-
shit.
I was about to say, you could probably just poke the ground with your large lance from far away and see if you detonate anything.
Well, I kind of thought that trap would be
I
in the
think-
doorway, but
Smart trap
Okay,
designer.
let's see here. It's multiple targets.
oh Jesus.
Let's see here. You guys in range of the rest of the stuff.
We
It
now
doesn't say
find
how
ourselves
many.
in Minesweeper.
Oh, 2 adjacent. Oh, you're the only one who's in range. So good for you. Let me roll. Is that a hit?
Against Arthur? No.
Alrighty. So Arthur
Yeah,
hears
that is not a
whooshing
hit.
by him a series of darts that shot out from the north wall and fire into the south wall below him. But not a single one, for some reason, happened to hit him, or if they did hit them, they kind of plinked off his armor, doing no damage.
Link.
One thinks we may wish to step cautiously here.
One thinks one wants to stay on the southern side of the centaur.
I step on said button again. Does another set of darts shoot out?
No.
Oh, okay. Single use, apparently. We're good. This trap appears to have been triggered. It is safe to proceed. Arthur's TM stamp of approval.
Does this room have as much dust as the hallway? Or do I need to roll a spot check for that?
No, you don't need to. So it does. I mean, doesn't seem to have any more or any less than the hallway you came through.
This seems an odd place for us to be looking for someone, unless they have a way to disarm the traps. I don't know that they would come directly through here. Perhaps we should try the other doors first.
Maybe perhaps we should open the door to the south. Perhaps it connects.
This is a good idea.
Alright, so you're going to go to the south?
Yes.
Alright, let me look up that one. The door to the south is a locked iron door.
I kind of tap on it with my gauntleted finger.
It's tapping back, sounding like iron.
Well, perhaps even though being made of iron, I'm sure a fair application of force would be plenty.
Shall I handle this one too?
It seems what you appear to be adept at.
Round 2.
What is a break check?
You
break-
You can do strength, or I can deal enough damage to the door to destroy it. Which I
Okay.
think is so many hit points per inch of thickness if it's steel.
It's iron. Okay, so you
Normally
do
it
24
would
damage.
have DR, but Mountain Hammer ignores DR and hardness. So I do 24 damage to the door.
Alrighty. The door makes a big loud clanging sound, and it seems to give a bit, but it's still pretty much in position.
Damn.
It's got some bulging to it in some places.
Well, if there's anyone truly here, they definitely know they're not alone.
Standard or cold iron, I don't know what regular iron, but cold iron has 30 hit points per inch of thickness. Hardness 10.
Second attempt after spinning my weapon once. 21 more damage.
The door clangs
Okay.
once again, and another bash is seen into like it's deforming kind of into the center. The hinges start to give way a little bit, but it's still there in your way.
How loud is this echoing?
Probably quite loud.
Clang! A very, very loud bashing, clanging sound. You strike again with a loud banging sound, and the next sound that is heard is a falling against the rock floor, the stone floor, as the door gives way and bashes into the next room. You see, looking into the next room, pull it up really quickly here. Where is it? Aha. You see a curtain hanging from the south side of the room, and let's see here. The room looks like it has some other furnishings, like a bookcase on the southwest side, and like a fresco type thing on the eastern wall. I'll set you guys up in the room here.
We have a bookcase and a fresco in this room. I examine the fresco in case it has any kind of pertinent details.
Where's
Need
the
a-
bookcase?
Need a listen check from all. Bookcase is over here, southwest side.
All right.
I hear nothing.
Alrighty. Zook and Donson both hear a kind of chittering sound to the south behind the curtain.
Can you point out where the curtain is specifically? Hmm.
Right in that area, hanging down from the wall.
There is something behind the curtain.
I draw my sword.
It may or may not be small.
Jebediah, go find out what it is.
That doesn't sound very smart to me.
Alrighty, so Jebediah starts to move over towards the curtain. As he nears the edge of the curtain, a creature jumps out from beside the curtain, and it looks like... Pull it up here in a second. There it is. It looks like that.
Giant question mark.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Should turn into something here in a second. Let me edit it to bring up the bar. There we go. Roll for initiative.
Method. It's
How do
actually
I
medium.
clear the guys off of initiative? How do I clear these soldiers?
Normally methods are pretty small. Not familiar with the salt method in particular, but
Yeah, I gotta reduce its size in a second. How do I get the guys out of the initiative table?
click them, like one each, and then right click and delete.
Delete? Oh, you
Yeah,
mean
on
the
your
actual-
keyboard.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot.
Well, we're getting some crazy initiative rolls here.
Start putting it in on your characters. I guess I can take out Reclusat too.
Not I.
Somebody needs to be added, I'm sure. Let's see here. Durian
Ruth?
needs to be added. Anybody else I'm forgetting? Donson's on there.
Yep, I'm
else?
quite sure that I'll never get a turn.
Jebediah.
So.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put Jebediah on there.
You're controlling him, but he still needs an order in the turn.
Now I gotta look up his stupid stuff. Let's see here. He's +2. Alrighty, there we go. It is Zook's turn.
I think Ruth's out of order.
Oh, really? Oh yes, salt method is behove. There we go. What the heck are you rolling?
It is how I decide how my maneuvers are readied.
Oh,
It is random.
really?
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
yep.
determined by my god.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
at the beginning of each encounter, 2 of my maneuvers are readied. Actually, I think it's 3 because I have, yeah. Let me roll another one.
Determines three randomly from his pool until he uses all 3, and then they're randomly reset again.
And every turn of the fight, a new random one is unlocked. So I don't have much control over it, but I get them readied continuously through the fight, unlike Yoshiro.
Spire Courage is the one that does +1 to everybody. Alrighty. Next one, let's see here, is Durian's turn.
1 second. Right, I will move forward, swinging my giant mithril tower shield in front of me to guard myself. I will lift my my longsword up and strike at this creature using an attack called Foe Hammer. My blade starts to glow with a blue light, and let's see if I actually hit him. Definitely not. And this is the continuing tradition of me introducing a new character. I roll a 1.
Roll to see if you drop your weapon. Reflex check. What's the DC you usually use for that, Bunko? I forgot.
It's whatever you really want.
Oh, okay. 400. No, go ahead and roll.
He might have sticky fingers. Who knows?
Oh, dang.
Yep,
Was thinking
that's
12,
totally
so you
totally
just made it. You hit
totally
the number.
middling.
All right, you keep your weapon.
All right, that's it.
It is Jebediah's turn. Jebediah does full retreat and runs for the south door.
You stop! I yell after him, but I obviously can't
Runs
stop
directly into a fire trap.
Does he not
Yeah,
provoke
he
an attack
runs
of
through
opportunity?
there, closes the door, and you see the door close behind him. You
Hate to
do
tell
see
you, but you
Zook.
can't.
What?
It's a separate move action to both open and close the door. He could run through and open it, but not close it behind him.
Okay. He was using both move actions, though.
Well, he used one to actually move.
And the other one to open. Okay,
Yeah,
so the
so
door is
he-
still open.
Could not close it again this turn.
Gotcha. Door is still open.
Did he not provoke an attack of opportunity from the assault method?
If you flee, do you?
Yep.
Full
Okay.
retreat in a straight line, you do not.
Well, it wasn't in a straight line though.
If it
was
wasn't in a straight line, then yes, he provoked one.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
Unless
kind
the
of
assault
would have to.
method's on this side, at which point we decide.
No,
to
it's
do it.
not. So I'll checks the attack. Let's see, +7. And he hits. You see Jebediah take some damage. He takes some damage to his arm. Slight little cut develops. And he runs on to the other room. Donson's turn.
Dawson runs. there. These things like multiplying or something?
Yeah, there are 2 more behind the curtain. I was just putting them out there. And they are small. So I will make them small. So Zook cried out, "Oh my god, there's more!" when he went over there. Be my guess.
Yeah, sure.
You are singing though, right? So
Yes.
Durian could scream it out.
The 15 hit.
I failed to realize there was a curtain dividing
Which one were you attacking?
people.
Over
The
there.
one that's close to me.
Prime.
Yeah.
Let's see here. That is a miss.
Next.
Salt method.
Yes, salt method. And let me pull on the other ones too. They were taken by surprise a little bit, so they do have a higher AC, or higher initiative. Alrighty, Salt Method Prime attacks Durian with his claws.
AC 21 is a hit.
And 17.
No. So first one's a hit.
Four points of damage as he strikes you in the arm as well.
Alright.
You should fix your state and everything so you can see your bar. Salt F at 1. He's flat-footed right now. Roof's turn. Do you
Do
have
I
dark
see
vision,
anything-
Roos? Yes, you do see. Do you want me to describe it to you really quickly?
Yeah, please.
I pull up the room.
Well, also, I think this whole room is just lit because of my light spell. It's
I'm looking
50
into the
feet.
next room. That's what I was
Oh,
worried
okay.
about.
Okay, you see a mostly empty room and a heap of like junk in the middle behind Jebediah, because you're kind of looking through him too as he's in the doorway there. Bunch of broken boxes and barrels just piled up in there as well. And that refuse pile, it looks like. Aside from that, you can't really make out much more that's in there.
Yeah, I was only taking a quick look as I moved here to attack the salt method.
Alrighty, attack away. You missed. Wow. Let's roll to see if you drop your weapon. What are you attacking with?
My knife, as usual.
It stays in your hand pretty darn well. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that was it. Been rolling a
Arthur's
lot
turn.
of ones today.
Alright. I am going to
The Salt Methods are kind of moving the curtain now so you can see them kind of behind it.
I go to here, and I'll lance that one.
Alrighty.
Ooh. Kind of a funky thing, I know.
You're not really flanking then.
And my attack roll is now plus 14.
But he is
16.
flanked.
How?
Me and Ruth are each flanking him.
It'd have to be
It
here.
has to be me.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
34.
That is a hit. Roll for damage.
$60.
Holy crap! Ow.
Spirited charge.
Really? Okay.
You haven't been paying attention to Arthur the entire time we've been
Well, I
playing?
didn't
He's
think
kind
you
of.
could charge over to there and do it at an angle.
To be fair, I think there is a minimum distance, but I think he covers that just by being so
I
big.
think it's 10 feet.
Alright. I'll charge this one. I'll charge start method 2, which means I can't use my lance, so it's only 46 that way.
Oh, yeah. Well, it just bursts into complete blood and guts and disintegrates. You did
mean
three
salt?
times, more than 3 times the amount of death necessary.
Okay.
Salt method 2, right?
It would only be like 20, 26 actually, but because it's only times 2 that way.
Oh.
Salt method 2. 26 damage.
Okay, he dies.
Okay, it dies. And I'm done. And I'm in absolute steel stance. So my AC is still 24, even after charging.
Killed him nice and good that he disappeared. Alrighty, it is now Alton's turn.
I took quick draw so I can swap weapons.
Alton's
Oh,
gonna
cool.
run over to here and have a look down the hallway.
Down that way.
Yeah, does he see anything down that way?
You see
Most importantly,
Jebediah.
does he see Jebediah down that way?
You do see Jebediah. He hasn't gone yet. And he's kind of looking at you wide-eyed and trying to close the door, it seems. He's grabbing for the door. You see... Let's see here. Do you have a light source?
Yes.
How far does it go?
20 feet, and then 20 feet again for dim.
You don't really make out much behind him at all.
Okay. I cast web upon him.
Alrighty. That takes a will save, right?
Make a DC 20 reflex save, or we called it.
Reflex. Let me look that up. Let's see here.
Actually, it's DC
who's
19. My bad.
DC 19?
Yes.
Alrighty. I don't think he's going to get this, but we'll see. Oh! Look at that.
Yeah, that's the way it always works. Okay, well, he's not caught up in it, but he has to roll a strength check to actually move out of it.
Alrighty. That's his highest check. So what's the DC on the strength check?
Yeah, it's
19 again?
for each 5 he rolls, I think he can move 5 feet, but I'll look it up momentarily.
You'll roll it on his turn, though.
Yes, of course. Alrighty. That's your turn?
He must move through it. He has to roll strength or escape artist. For every 5 feet, he gets. For every 5 points above 10, he can move 5 feet.
Okay.
And he takes his action to do that.
So. Alright, roll your reflex. Dear God, you guys. you keep your weapon. Durian's turn. You can see Salt Method now. He's coming
I
out
am
from
still
around.
learning this new blade, evidently.
Yes, you are.
It weighs much more than the rapier I had before.
Has Zook actually taken some? Oh, wait, hang on. One thing to look up first.
Zook took 1 point somehow.
Hmm?
Did you take a point of damage? It says
No.
30 of 31 hit points.
Oh.
Right, I heal 8 points of damage. It was actually at the end of the last round when I recovered my last maneuver due to vitality recovery. This only happens once per encounter, but it happens when I recover a maneuver, I heal. So I better go back up to full.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Unless you're fighting little pitiful things that only do 1d3 plus 3, but...
Yeah, but I also recover maneuvers when I start combat, so it's like if I still have some damage when we start the next round, I basically heal at least some of that.
Per encounter or per...
Every time I recover maneuvers, and it only happens once per encounter, but if I'm hurt and we get to the next encounter, I don't have to waste like a heal spell on it.
Interesting.
It's not a whole lot, but it's a little bit. It's kind of like a little flat regeneration almost. And I will attack, I guess, Salt Method 1. $14. Not gonna be a hit, I assume.
That is a miss.
All right, that's my turn.
Jebediah. Okay, how wide is that web? 10 feet? Alton?
Web spell
Yeah.
is a 20-foot radius, and I would have cast it past him if he's going in a direction.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, so you see the door close, and then that's all you see.
So where was he standing at the door? Because
He
I
was
can't
at the
actually
door.
see past the door.
Why not? Oh yeah, he was standing right at the door.
Like, unless you open up the viewing blocking, I can't see past it
Yeah, I
right
know.
now. So
I don't want to open it up yet for you guys. I described what was in there behind him. To Ruth. Donson's turn. Miss and miss.
Next.
it's
Salt
also worth
methods.
noting that the check to move to the webbing is a full round action. So if he closes the door, he can't move.
Oh, okay. I'll hold that roll that I made for next time. Salt Method Prime will attack Ruth.
Second's a hit.
For 5 points of damage, scraping across your leg area. Salt Method 1 will attack Zook.
$22 hits.
I shield block that 22, adding 8 AC to Zook's armor class.
Wow, you can do that as a free action on your turn.
It's an immediate action. It's not even a free action.
Whoa.
With a heroic burst of effort, you thrust your shield between your defenseless ally and your enemy.
Nice. He bashes his claws up against your shield.
Yeah, because that gave me a 26 AC when you did that.
Yeah, I figured.
It's pretty badass. It adds 4 plus your shield's AC, so that's 8.
Ruth's turn.
And I look at you thankfully.
Give you a slight nod of the helmet.
Like,
My shield's probably big enough to entirely encompass your body.
yeah, I get that. I got that impression. It's a tower shield after all.
Wow. Yeah, that's a hit. For 3 points.
It was a really stinging hit, though.
And that's which one? Prime?
Yes.
At least it wasn't 1 point.
Oh, wait. Make that 4 points.
Yes, you get a +1.
I forgot to add in
Oh,
Zooks.
yes. 4 points. Okay, I'll take that off.
My turn now?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to switch to my lance and lance stab Salt Method on the right side.
Oh, are these all like random maneuvers that are popping up for you?
Yeah, you're gonna see that constantly.
That is-
At the end of
Mountain Hammer is a Tome of Battle. Both me and him are both Tome of Battle classes,
Wow.
so they're unique to Tome of Battle.
That's a hit. You're hitting Prime, right?
The one between the two, Salt Method blank.
Yeah, we call that Prime. Interesting.
Ignores any hardness or DR he has.
22 points. He dies.
And 2 kicks versus the Salt Method next to me. Are now +8. Ah, crap. I missed the 1d.
Yeah.
1911.
19 hits.
Five damage. That's the end of my turn. Elton.
Lane. I step down and I open the door. That is my turn.
Alrighty. You see.
Technically,
Jebediah.
Jebediah probably couldn't have even entered that room, but I guess so.
Huh? Why not?
I have to stop to open the door, so I can't continue my movement.
Oh, but he did 2 moves.
Yeah, he used one to move here, where I'm now standing, and then one to open the door.
Gotcha. It opens inward.
Yeah, okay. But, thing. If I can continue the move, I'll do that, unless he's standing right there, which he probably is.
Zook's turn. Yes, you see him standing right there. You missed.
But at least I didn't roll a 1 this time.
True. Roll 3. Assuming that's your turn.
Yeah, sure.
Durian's turn.
gonna go for another swipe at this vile creature. $28.
That is a hit. Are you an 18 through 20 crit or just 1920?
1920.
Alrighty. Roll your damage.
10.
Your sword goes bashing into him and cuts him open pretty deeply across his chest.
I look satisfied that I finally hit something. I give Zook a respectful nod.
Trying to say you feel my pain?
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Alright, you, Alton, you see Jebediah struggling through, but making it out of sight to your west. He moves. Donson's turn. How long does web last? FYI.
1 minute to level, so way more than you, like a couple hundred combat
Yeah.
rounds.
Ta-da.
All done?
Nope. 24.
You move that far and attack? Really?
I'm a monk. You made me a monk.
Alrighty, hit.
You made the character.
Yeah, I forgot. Weeks ago. Hardly looked at him in a while.
What is his movement?
It's 40.
It's 40 plus.
Oh, he's slow.
Plus, I think you get something extra.
Well, it's 30 plus 10. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's the extra. Alrighty. Roll damage.
10.
Salt Mephit dies. As your fists go pummeling into its face,
I rip out his heart.
its head kind of cracks over to the side as its neck breaks and it falls to the floor in a heap. We are out of combat. What do you do?
Elton, where did
Open the
Jebediah
door.
go?
He ran to the west. I stepped through the door and have a look. Oh, I can't see now.
I follow him quickly.
You're now in your own web?
Yeah, I have to stop now, but I'm going to cast Grease upon where he is right now.
Okay.
Seeing
What's the save for that, and how wide is it?
It's a DC 10 balance check to move it all. If he fails by more than 5, he falls down.
What kind of check? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Balance. Which is a dex check if it's not
Balance.
trained.
Let me see here.
He has to make a reflex save to actually not fall initially.
Reflex save already.
That'll be a DC 18.
He doesn't fall.
My god.
And you rolled a 10 for the whatchamacallit, for the dex check. Does that mean he falls?
If he got a 10 on the dex check, he is fine.
Okay.
Move as normal. This will have no effect on him at all.
Alrighty. Forgot what I rolled for his strength check.
He can move at half normal speed.
I guess we'll go back into the same initiative since you guys are kind of going after him sort of in combat. Okay, and it's a 19 for moving through the web, right? So he doesn't make that. He's stuck there in the web. He stops. He gives up. He goes, I
Technically,
quit.
he's both slick and stuck at the same
Yes,
time.
exactly. Alrighty, so in that room, you notice there's about over in that region right here where I'm pointing, there's a big, huge pile of trash. It's about 10 feet. It's a little bit webbed up slightly from your web, but not totally webbed over on the south side. Bunch of refuse
I have
and
him,
trash.
Durian.
What do the rest of you do? Move in over there?
I think we're trying to move in through this
yeah.
door to the left.
Oh, you're checking out the door to the left?
Well, we think it goes to the same room, and we don't want to go through the webbing, so we are going through this door. We don't know anything about
Hold
this
on, let me
room
check
that we
the
haven't
door.
seen yet.
I'm pretty sure I can end the web on command.
Set
Oh, that's
fire
nice.
to it.
Yeah, duration 10-minute level
Wow.
with a D, which I can dismiss it at will.
Again, we still don't know that though. I saw the web and then I ran back and saw the others running to the closer door. So we're in.
It's an iron door, and it's stuck once again, kind of like the other door was. It's not locked. The handle moves, but it doesn't budge.
Damn it!
I guess, Arthur, would you have attempted to batter through the door or go through the other one?
I probably would have went through the other one just to make a little less noise this time. Whee.
Okay, in this room, you see the trash. Also on the west side, kind of in this region right here that I'm pointing to, there's a large like sarcophagus thing.
Oh, Joyce.
Nobody wanted to check the methods
I
for
dismissed the webbing
loot.
and the grease
Okay,
where everyone else
yeah,
runs in. Otherwise, it's just gonna.
that's cause problems. Yes, everybody roll check. No,
I think
we'll have
we're not prioritizing looting those things when this guy is trying to run away.
probably a good idea.
Again, sword at the throat. I kind of pointed at him, and I guess we're all catching up.
Okay, he says, "Please, please have mercy. If they find me in here, I will be in trouble, and my mother will be in great peril."
And
Yet
yet you ran.
further into the crypt.
I was trying to get away from you so I could get away.
And yet, what if they had been in this room? You talk in circles, and I believe we trust you less and less with each time you open your mouth.
I couldn't run back through you guys. You guys are cut me down before I even made it to the door. This is my only hope.
No, your hope was in working with us.
Need listen checks.
At 20.
Ooh, nice. Okay, let's see here. Alton and Zook and Atham all hear a slightly different chittering sound than before. It sounds almost insect-like,
From.
coming from your south, or due south from you, Alton, over by the pile of refuse. That's
The refuse pile I'm standing
Hear
next
that?
to.
Sounds like
no, it's over here,
bugs?
over in the pile. Yes, sounds like bugs.
Bugs? What would bugs be in here for? Well, there's a giant pile of trash. I suppose human refuse would attract many bugs. Especially if there's poo.
Bugs, you say?
Yes,
Oh,
you
look.
start to see some
Giant
bugs
praying
crawling
mantises.
out. Yeah, exactly. You start to see some bugs crawling out of the refuse piles.
Same initiative, or do we roll new?
We can roll new and set it. So I gotta bring these things up.
6, I didn't roll any better.
Uh-oh, the mama.
Probably all supposed to be large. Wow, those are some big bugs.
Yep. Alrighty, so set your initiative. Everybody's set on their initiative.
Yep, on set.
Did we catch them in surprise in mid-prayer?
No, actually, they were quite aware of you when you're arguing with Jebediah a bit there.
Shouldn't it be Durian's turn?
Yeah, I haven't got you set up yet. Hold on. Still moving things around. And it is Durian's turn.
So these are literally just giant praying mantises. Like there's no auras coming off them. Like there's nothing else that should be described.
Yeah, they look like really big bugs.
All right. I'm going to use Battle Leader's Charge to attack Giant Praying Mantis 1, the one on the left. I make a charge attack. It does not provoke attacks of opportunity, and it does extra damage if I hit.
Nice.
Is that song from earlier still in effect? I don't think so, right?
I never stopped singing. We didn't pause long enough that I thought we were done.
So you literally just walk from room to room singing?
Endless. This is the song that never. Sorry.
We were singing. I was singing. We killed them,
It's
and
a
then we were
small
chasing
world
them.
after all.
Hasn't been much more than a minute at most.
No, it hasn't. Charge away, Durian.
I roll a 23.
You hit.
Nice.
If that's an attack roll.
Yep.
Roll damage.
$18.
You're attacking with your longsword, right?
Yep. Magic longsword. So I charge across the floor and I slice at this thing with my longsword.
Your longsword plunges deep into its thorax, and it seems to writhe in agony as you do a significant amount of damage to it.
To battle, Arthur! And I end my turn.
Jebediah's turn.
I shall join thee in a moment. I am busy with the first moment. As in, I am last in the initiative order.
Jebediah runs away again.
He's
My
going to be
pack
running away.
has come loose.
Attack of opportunity.
You guys want to attack him?
If he tries to run north.
Running
He did.
that way, he provokes attack of opportunity from each person in the party.
Swiss cheese.
Roll away.
Not to mention, unless, well, Donson, I guess, isn't considered hostile to him. Otherwise, he couldn't pass him at all.
I think Arthur gets an attack since he's got reached.
Yep, he provokes from each person.
Yikes.
Yes.
Everybody but me.
I have nothing that I can actually attack him with, though. So other than
You could
punching,
slap
maybe.
him.
So